2 bombshell bankruptcy announcements.
The Pope's views on a firm Catholic tradition.
An update on the virus impacting the world.
Janet Jackson's comeback for a world tour. Good morning, Lancaster Catholic. I'm Margaret Scarf.
And I'm Michelle Lee.
Today is Friday, February 21st, B-Day, and this is your Weekend Review. This week, the Diocese of Harrisburg announced it's filed for bankruptcy. It's seeking to protect its financial assets after being hit with hundreds of lawsuits over the clergy sex abuse scandal. It's already paid $12.5 million to victims, but more lawsuits are being filed. Bishop Gaynor says paying out millions of dollars more in claims would be catastrophic for the diocese. We asked our president, Mr. Hamer, what this means for our school.
The school is going to be exactly like it was yesterday and the day before. This has no impact on our school operations. It has no impact on anything that we do, any of the programs that we offer, anybody who works here. All of the salaries and benefits, since we are a separate organization, are entirely unaffected by any of this. So the short answer to all of this is, while this is a sad day and affects the Diocese of Harrisburg, we are not organizationally affiliated with the Diocese of Harrisburg, so we are not involved in this process at all and won't be affected by it.
Thanks, Mr. Hamer.
One of the best-known youth organizations in the nation has also filed for bankruptcy. Anthony Prisco has that story.
The Boy Scouts of America is also in financial trouble over sex abuse claims. The organization has been hit with hundreds of lawsuits by men who say they were abused as scouts. Just one lawsuit that was settled in Oregon cost the Scouts $20 million. The president of the Boy Scouts apologized to the victims and said they would be compensated. The national organization hopes that the bankruptcy filing will shield the assets of its local council and allow them to continue operating. The Scouts celebrated their 110th anniversary this month. I'm Anthony Prisco.
This week, the head of the Catholic Church made a decision whether married men or women can be ordained as priests. Pope Francis at one time proposed allowing married priests in the Amazon because there were very few clergy. But he apparently changed his mind. Now, he's not only rejecting the idea of married men becoming priests, but is also banning women from becoming deacons. Many other religious denominations have married clergy and women priests, but the Catholic Church stands firm against this.
The death toll from the coronavirus has topped 2,000, but health officials around the world are worried about it spreading far outside of China. Many of the passengers aboard 2 cruise ships quarantined in Japan apparently carried the virus to their home countries once they were allowed to leave the ship. 14 of them are Americans. They are now held in military bases in California and Texas.
There is economic fallout from the virus, too. Car plants across China have shut down operations for automakers like Toyota, GM, and Honda. Qualcomm, the world's biggest maker of smartphone chips, says the outbreak will impact the demand for phones and the supplies needed to produce them.
This week, the nation's 2 biggest teachers' unions took a stand against active shooter drills in the nation's schools. Natalie Knox explains why.
Both unions claim the drills harm the mental health of students and make them afraid. The unions say the active shooter drills need to be more sensitive and age-appropriate. About 95% of public schools in the country conduct these kinds of drills. They usually involve a lockdown or active threat situation. But we here at Catholic High have inactive shooter scenarios. We evaluate an unsafe situation and are instructed to find safe ways to escape and protect our lives. But it's only in theoretical situations while in our desks. I'm Natalie Knox.
A lot of us have gotten sick this year. If you got a flu shot and you still got sick, this could be the reason why. This year's vaccine is only 30% effective. That's the lowest it's been in years. Doctors say even though the vaccine isn't completely effective, if you've had your shot and get the flu, at least your symptoms won't be as severe.
In entertainment news, this week we learned that Janet Jackson is hitting the road again. This summer, she will go across North America for her new tour, Black Diamond World Tour. It will feature her forthcoming album and her songs from 12 multi-platinum albums.
Allentown has discovered that its art museum has a masterpiece, and it was hiding in plain sight. Portrait of a young woman was believed to have been painted by a student of Rembrandt. The museum had the painting cleaned, which revealed it was painted by the Dutch master himself. Original Rembrandts are worth tens of millions of dollars.
We hope you enjoyed your weekend review.
Have a great weekend, Crusaders.